And we're live. All right. Well, Dave's running late, so we don't have an intro, so we can spare you all from a terrible joke, but we still can provide you with the booze.
Move this man!
It's like he said.
Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
I feel his presence.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard to feel. I mean, after all, it is Thursday night. It's 9:00 Eastern time. If you're watching here, if you're watching us here live on YouTube, well, thank you. We love our audience. So we got some cool folks hanging out with us in the chat. So before we get into the show, make sure you slam that like button. Make sure you, if you're not already, you hit that subscribe button, the notification bell. I've got a video I've been meaning to make. I keep getting delayed, and well, you know what? I'll tell the people now. We've got some new shirt designs, and I'm going to be giving away one of those shirts along with a legacy silver streak from the Buzzworthy I can't talk tonight. From the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. So hey, if you want a legacy figure, and if you don't want to buy this guy, this has been not only in my hands but in T-Man's hands, since he.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
We'll be giving that away within the next week or so, along with the shirts. So, on the topic of shirts, make sure you pop in the link in our description. We've got Figure Action shirts. We've got some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. You're gonna look good. You're gonna help out the show, and yeah, we've got some cool designs like the new Dave scale one, and I'm working on one that's gonna be going live tomorrow. So I keep saying I'm going to do the tour of the site. And life keeps happening. But I'm going to combine the giveaway announcement with the site tour. So I'll have a new logo. It'll actually be the Figure Action logo there, but on your breast pocket. So look out for that. I was like, yeah, I kind of want to order one. You know, get like a collared shirt so I can kind of like look professional. Maybe wear it to work one day.
Put it out, and I'll look at it.
All right. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you ring that notification bell. The contest, as always, will be for continental U.S. and Canada subscribers only. So those. You
know, but you're really confusing the people. If
What's
I bought one of those TM Reviews polo shirts.
Oh yeah. What would really confuse?
Sure, you're not him.
Go to a convention wearing one.
Yes.
Speaking of team reviews, he's in the chat tonight. Where is the crew? Well, Dave is running late. It's gonna be a threesome this evening.
We are the crew.
And yes, Toy Mafia. Yeah, we miss Nightwing them every week. That dude was a champ. I hope he's resting in peace. I was gonna give a shout out to one of my all-time favorite comedians, Gilbert Gottfried. I was really sad to hear about his passing. That dude just always made me laugh. And I had tickets to see him. I was supposed to see him on April 1st. Found out he got COVID, and he actually didn't die from COVID. He actually had a arthropic dystrophy, and he went into cardiac arrest due to that. So heart goes out to his wife and kids and everybody who knew him. So that's for him. Yeah. And I guess, not to get on too much on a sad note. If you got people you want to see and they're like aging out, go see them. Be it a musician or a comedian, move stuff around and go see them, because you never know. Family. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Don't put that stuff on the back burner. So I'm glad I got to see him once. My good buddy Troy and I, we got to see him in 2014. So I was hoping to take Lex to go see him, and my buddy Troy, I was taking him because originally he was going to house sit for us while we were originally supposed to go to the Carolinas, do tastings for the wedding, and then we ended up canceling that. We're like, okay, sweet, we can see Gilbert Gottfried. But no, didn't work out. But let's get into what we got this week. So we got a lot of Transformers news to go through, talk about. T, how are you? And did you do anything cool this week?
I am acid refluxy, and it's aggravating. But I don't. I skipped the week. I don't know what I should. You know what? This was a month ago. I just looked it up. But I did get this guy, Chomp. Chomp, 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 chomp. Chomp, 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 chomp. He's cool. Put out a video. I think I got this guy since the last time.
Yep.
Laser. Optima. RC. I got King Grayskull right here.
That fur actually looks really good.
Yeah, and the cape has bendy wire in it. And the paint on the swords is really nice. He seems way more premium than some of the other premium, especially Skelegod.
Yeah, when you mentioned him having the wires, like, man, that would have set Skelegod over the top.
Right. In fact, like, this is very good material. It even has like a clothing tag on it that I'm gonna have to cut off.
I mean, it's kind of cool to see a company moving up in quality rather than making cuts.
Yeah, and it was still, I don't know if they're supposed to charge more, but it was still only $29.99. But I had the coupon where you spend $50. So I got this guy and RC together, and you get $10 off. So I could say I got $10 off for him or $10 off for her, whatever I feel like.
Or 5 off each.
Yeah, that's what really happened, to be honest. That's how they put it on the receipt. And I got batteries for this guy, so when I spin this around, turret moves, and it lights up. It actually works well. It like kind of locks right here. But I notice when you lift it up, that's when it'll cut on by itself. But that's it for me. How are you?
Well, I'm doing all right. It was a fast week. I took off Monday and Tuesday, so it was Lex's birthday. So did everything I could to make sure she had a very happy birthday, and we had a good couple of days off.
Happy birthday on Facebook.
Well, she got like a ton of them. I put that thread out, and I think she was a little overwhelmed. She's a little bit of an introverted person, so good. And we went to Chap's Pit Beef. There's one near us, so she's been dieting before the wedding, so she actually got to enjoy herself. And we've been getting some pretty good weather here. I'm glistening a little bit because it suddenly decided it wanted to be warm here in Maryland.
Right.
And, we're not willing to commit to turning on the AC quite yet.
Yeah, I was sweating on my way back from lunch.
Yeah. I went outside today during my lunch break, and then it rained, but I was like, man, it's got to be over 80 degrees, and I checked the thermometer; it said 82. So, yeah.
The rain skipped us downtown.
Oh, wow.
Well, in Canton, I should say.
It didn't last long here. It just kind of rolled in and was done. But Lex actually ordered me something. It was supposed to be here for my birthday, but I ended up getting it the day before her birthday. It's the Modern Icons Optimus Prime helmet, which this thing's really nice. This is a GameStop exclusive. It does not have a voice modulator in it, but it's got a lot of detail inside of it, and the eyes light up.
More than meets the eye.
It also talks. We got like 4 or 5 phrases.
Transform and roll out. Greetings. I am Optimus Prime, so we meet again.
Yes, it's got like 5 phrases. But it's really cool. You can actually see through the eyes when they're lit up, and it completely covers. One of the things I like is if you have a big head, this piece actually moves. So you can actually, you can just kind of like shift your head in really easy, but also it can sit, it can move back, and you can actually take this carriage harness thing, whatever you want to call it, out, and there's like a foam piece that you can just put in the top. If this part, if you have a larger head, you can take that out and just have a foam piece on top. I think this works best
They're
for me.
thinking about the kids.
Yeah, exactly. So it works for kids and adults. I also got my Chomp, and I was like, man, I was like scrambling. I was like, where did I pre-order from? And I pre-ordered from Toy Dojo, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna have to pony up for that pre-order, and I paid it off last year. So it's funny, if you pay for it in advance, it almost feels like you're getting it for free.
Yeah. That's how Perceptor was for me.
Oh, Perceptor?
Yeah.
I like him. It's nice to have, like, and I know some people are like saying the legs are complicated. I think it's fine. I think it's relatively straightforward. It's like if you've transformed a Dinobot or one of the monster bots from Fans Hobby, you've basically transformed Chomp.
Yeah.
Still not sure how I feel about the ball jointed shoulders though. Like, to me, it just seems odd. I don't know why they did it, and
as long as they don't get loose, I'm
like his wrists.
Yeah, his wrist with the tail is definitely.
Yeah. It baffles me. I'm like, why couldn't they have just done ratchets in there? Because there's no, like, but I was like thinking at first, like, is it just kind of like give him a butterfly in his gator mode? And it really doesn't. But hey, he's a neat figure. I like him. Also, file under the he's a neat figure and I like him. I got myself the Laser Optimus Prime. He's not perfect. The transformation isn't as fun as I'd like it to be because I think T, you said it in your review. You have to do things in a very specific way to get him into truck mode, and there's some clearance issues. Overall, I like him, and I feel like you get what you pay for with him. I think the trailer is actually substantial. The proportions, I'm not the biggest on. Like, I feel like he's got like a really tiny torso with like legs for days.
Yes, he does.
So
skinny arms.
Yeah, and I definitely. Oh crap! I just dropped his gun. I definitely don't like how they did this with the arms. Like, I really think that they could have. I think they could have made this a much simpler transformation and had it be, way more fun. And better articulated. I think this is a case of over engineering. Tabe, what's up, man? But yeah, definitely a case of over. But still, don't sleep on him. I think he's great. If you aren't fond of this color scheme, just wait for the inevitable Scourge or Black Convoy or Nemesis Prime, whatever they're going to call it.
We better call it Scourge.
I'm hoping. And next, I got a couple things that I've been waiting on from T-Man. I got my Bronx, and I still need to open it and get the wings on Goliath. And I also got my Super Bebop and Mighty Rocksteady, and I'm looking forward to getting my Turtles shelf back up. I'm thinking I'm going to make time to do that this weekend to get all my Turtles back on display because I've been accumulating Turtles and I just don't have any up. So
yeah, I forgot you showed the Silver Streak because I was like, wasn't there 3 things in there?
Yeah. So I found Silver Streak last week and I was just like, I think I'll pick him up now and I'll give the other one away. Because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that probably want him but don't want to pay for him. And,
right.
I also feel like there's a lot of people out there that are finding him and they're finding him without a head. So.
Oh, I found a box without a him inside of it.
I found one today. I'll go ahead and I'll share that real quick. I sent it over to Deluxe. I put it in the group chat, but I also sent it to Patriot Prime. Oh, you know what? I did get one more thing. Let me share this because it's going back to Amazon. So, when we first found the Studio Series Ravage, T, you found one where the weapons were loose.
Yeah.
And I got this from Amazon. So here's the Amazon package. And, I want all my little seekers for my art display. and I thought, okay, cool, I got him. So this is Skywarp for anybody just listening in, and somebody either not, and this box is pristine, so I don't know how this happened, but his little weapon isn't in there. And this is how it came from Amazon. From Amazon as a seller, not from a third-party seller. This came from Amazon. So I'm like, lovely. So, I just did a replace with the exact same item. But this packaging, man. What's that?
It's still in stock?
Yeah, when I did replace with the exact same item, they said that it would be here on April 21st. So I'm just going to go ahead and return it. This isn't one that I'm pressed on because, I have Starscream. I can mess with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of people are necessarily pressed on the Skywarp. But
because I found that whole wave yesterday and I didn't buy any.
Passed on them. Iguanus is the one to get. I think you can skip Hot Rod unless you're doing what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely skipping Hot Rod.
So before I hand it over to Dave, I just want to share out what I found at Target today. And somebody just outright stole Bulkhead and Galvatron. Just left empty boxes there.
Yep.
The Galvatron they closed up, but Bulkhead they just rip and took.
That's scary if it's somebody that has a car and they're going around the different stores, because the theft is like rampant at different stores, and I'm like, if they can afford a car and all that, it's crazy.
I mean, I think the big problem with this packaging is it's like, I said it to Patriot Prime, I said, this is like one ply cardboard. Like there's no stopping somebody because it tears super easy.
But then you got to rip the thing off of the little zip ties, so it still should be noticeable, but somebody's not paying attention.
Well, those little plastic zip ties, like if they were using the paper zip ties, I think it would be harder. But those little plastic ones, I just pull them with my fingers.
And then where are they storing them? Where are they putting them at? Because Galvatron has a lot.
Yeah,
Where are they putting them?
Walking around like their kid came into the store with it,
I don't know. People they don't pay attention, I guess. One day I almost stole something by accident.
Was that the Pokemon?
Back when
my heart.
when Combiner Wars was out, I had found the whole wave of Protect the Box or whatever. So I was walking around and trying to get a price or something. Then I wasn't thinking about it. I walked completely out of the store, and then I was like, "Wait a minute, I didn't pay for this." And I went back in there.
I think I remember that store. Wasn't that the Columbia Target?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember that was back when you and I were talking. You're like, "Yeah, I had an oopsie today." Winston says,
and I was that was a moral debate with myself. I was like, I'm outside. Should I just keep on going?
But you felt good for doing the right thing.
Yes.
All right. Next up, Dave. How the hell are you? What cool things did you acquire this week?
Not too bad. I survived the first sleepover for my daughter. That was something. We had a house full of 9-year-old girls. Just
How many? How many kids?
But there was a total of 3 kids here. So basically, there was. But they were up till 3 in the freaking morning.
Oh no!
It was crazy. Apparently, one of the girls. Apparently, one of the girls' older brothers had challenged them to stay up as late as possible.
And you made your first mortal enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And you made a mortal enemy.
Me?
The older brother.
He made a mortal enemy. Didn't get much in acquisitions as far as toys though, but I did get something kind of cool. Got my Galaxy S21. Finally traded that in, and Though next week I'll have a bit more of a haul because I got a big bad toy store shipment finally coming through. Because
Nice.
a whole bunch of stuff was just like bam, bam, bam. My poor credit card right now is screaming for mercy.
I need to upgrade my phone horribly.
I went.
What do you got?
The Note 9.
Wait, you're an Apple. Oh no, you know
No, I got
because
I have a
the,
Note 9.
8 Galaxy. I have the actually I have the S8 Note, and I'm on T-Mobile, and I was able to turn it in for an S21 free.
Free? I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm on Sprint, but T-Mobile.
That's what I was on, T, and they're cutting you the T-Mobile deals now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that.
I'm the lone iPhone guy.
Just that you also get free Hulu then.
Yes.
Yeah, I got free Hulu. My kids don't like it. They want the premium one because they don't like commercials. So I'm like, you need to pay for it.
You know what? You gotta remind them. Back in our day, we had to wait till 4:00 for the show. Had to wait for the commercial to go to the bathroom. Couldn't pause that stuff.
Right.
Deal with their 3 minutes of commercial.
I don't even think it's like 3 minutes on the free Hulu. I think it's like 2.
Kids today.
Sportimus has 9. I see. Sportimus, I waited. I got the 13 Pro Max, and I like it. I was rocking an iPhone. God, 11 or a 10 maybe. I think it was the 10 Pro Max. So I went a few generations. So, yeah.
Anyway, that's my wow. I did such a good job. He's currently going to go check his cell phone plan. He went and left. But yeah, I have not found any. I didn't find anything this week. I mean, I hate to say it, I've been passing on the legacy stuff. I just can't afford it right now. That's what it kind of all boils down to. I can't spend $22 on a teeny little robot.
Yeah, I can't remember if you actually still
collect retail Transformers.
I got all of Kingdom and everything else. I picked up Studio Series Soundwave. I was actually looking at the Studio Braun the other day, and I almost, I was holding it. I just put it back.
If you get one, get Braun. Well, more percent.
I'm just gonna say, it's like you're asking if I still collect the retail. I'm debating on this Menasor thing. That's which I know we'll probably talk about later. That's probably the only thing that's got my attention right now.
We're about to talk about it now.
Oh, okay. But I opened my Hulk, and the Hulk is cool.
Nice. How does the Mandroid head work? Does he hold it? Does he just?
I have no clue.
Well, now
it's
that
the
you have
Mandroid head from the old Mandroid figure from the Captain America wave years ago. I don't know if it's supposed to be just for him to make it look like he's holding the Mandroid head, like he tore it off somebody.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like I said, the painting on this is great. The shading on this is great. I absolutely hate this hair because he can't look up because of it. There's my mini review. Thanks for watching thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Buy a shirt.
All right.
The other Hulk better.
Sportimus, shots fired here. Dave is Mr. Moneybags. You can afford it.
Have you seen how much I've had to pay for plumbing problems lately?
We'll get into that price.
Yeah, that's what it's kind of.
Tuesday, we had our Transformers and Power Rangers event with Hasbro. We got some interesting reveals coming through for Legacy, primarily. And let's talk about them because this is like the reveal of Legacy Wave 2. First and foremost, I want to say, Motormaster was interesting because they revealed Motormaster. Hasbro themselves revealed Motormaster the day before the event, and that was kind of like a weird moment. Blitzwing, you know, we know reviewers got their hands on him already.
Yeah.
They also revealed Hasbro also revealed Dead End. Or, I'm sorry, Wild Rider, not Dead End. We got Dead End on the ring.
Let's do one at a time.
So we'll go through it first. We'll go through here. There's one more that's not Legacy. This is part of the They're continuing the Shattered Glass subline. First thing we get here is an Ultra Magnus.
I actually
Did anybody read that?
BotCon one day.
What was that, T?
So did anybody read this? Because did he really look like that?
He
Yes,
did, and he did.
I have the BotCon one, and he has that.
So-
The BotCon one has that face.
When we were talking Laser Prime last week, I said they'll be able to get 3 repaints out of that Laser Prime, thinking that they would use the Laser Prime mold for the Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus. And while they've got the Laser Prime weapon here, I think it's an interesting choice that they went with this body. I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it. I like how beefy he is here. It's also interesting they throw in like a clip-on matrix for the shield. But what's interesting about this mold is its dual purpose, because you can not only make him Shattered Glass, but you can make him a Diaclone Power Convoy.
Or Delta Magnus.
Or Delta Magnus, yeah. Because he actually comes with a swappable head.
Never a bad thing when you get some extra head in life.
No, they wanted. I don't think they reused the Kingdom Ultra Magnus body again, so they wanted an excuse.
Yeah, I mean, technically, they kind of did. They triple dipped with it because you had the. I mean, they did change it there, and there were mold tweaks between Kingdom and Siege, but they did do the Netflix repaint, the spoiler pack repaint. So, but yeah, I get it. The Kingdom mold they didn't do anything with, and here it is. For what it is, they could have painted the rims. That's my biggest criticism of this.
Maybe he just has black rim.
Maybe he just has black rims, but I don't know. I just always think that looks cheap.
Zero has a thing against black rim.
So I mean I pre-ordered this. I personally think it looks good. I love the head sculpt here. So I like this. I know I'm probably to be in the minority here on it.
Yeah, pass.
I like that they went the extra mile and gave him the transparent red lenses for his eyes, and the fact you get 2 heads. This multi-purpose here.
Yeah, I think it's perfect for people that want the Diaclone stuff.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
But I'm skipping on that. Next guy.
So, Motor Master, our big reveal. We got it the day before. We got packaging pictures, and I can pull those up as well. But this is the next Commander class figure, and early rumors suggested that Motor Master was going to have a trailer that became the exoskeleton for the figure, similar to the DX9 and X-Transbots third-party offerings. What do you guys think about him?
Go first, T.
I like him. I can't wait for it. To be honest with you, I do wish. I think out of everything they showed, I do wish he had his own handgun for his Voyager class mode. But he only has the gun for a Minosaur. That's the one thing that makes me feel jiffy.
But it's kind of a small gun. I'm thinking maybe the guns combine, because if you notice, like all of them come with 2 guns. It seems
So far,
yeah.
I mean, they did show that the gun can convert, but it didn't really change that much to me.
I like how they shoehorned in the base mode like X-Transbots did, but it doesn't look overly complicated. Because this whole trailer Partsforms, if I'm not mistaken.
Like they got me saying Bert. I just noticed the joints on the knees.
Yeah. Yeah, they look very combined.
I'm hoping. I hope that's a snug, good connection. I hated the Combiner Wars connection.
I wonder if that means you could actually use a Combiner Wars Stunticon and put it on the leg.
If you can, I anticipate all kinds of derpy Twitter posts about it.
I would not want to put those legs on Combiner Wars Motormaster, because Combiner Wars Motormaster is the reason why we're getting this. That was the main figure they needed to do a redo on.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I mean, they were very, very, very ambitious with that Voyager for the time. I think really what needed to happen for Combiner Wars was it should have been a leader at the time. They should have just made Motormaster a leader, done kind of something similar with the trailer, although I think they probably could have made him just a bigger bot at the time and had him be an all-in-one transformer and then limbs attach on. I think that's really what they should have done for Combiner Wars. But
I think they wanted Optimus at that Voyager class price point.
Yeah, and that makes sense, even though they had Megatron at the leader class.
Yeah.
So Megatron was like one of those last large leaders. So they never looked really good together.
It felt like they were doing the Cybertron / Energon route where Megatron is already big and then Optimus has to go super mode.
Yeah. But
I
think yeah. Well, Armada was a little different. Like that Megatron wasn't that much bigger. It was just like interesting because it was like the core robot for Armada was smaller than Megatron, but then he got a super mode and he was way bigger than Megatron. So
right,
really,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, in Japan, that happened in Energon too, because Japan Megatron was only Voyager class.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's my thing. I get the trend, but it also defeats the purpose of him being a combiner. Again, it's like.
Did you watch the video though? How like when you plug the robots into the legs, they like have the doors closing on to fill in the limb. There is some thought here, and I understand that it's mostly a cheat combiner. It's an exoskeleton, but with the masterpiece scale outside of MMC that has the all-in combiner that stays within masterpiece scale for the individual robots, but the combined mode's smaller. The Zeta ones use large pieces kind of like this that don't do anything.
And again, I always say I love the MMC. I love that design. Yeah. I love the all-in-one because again, when I think of a combiner, and again, this is me being a dork. This is me being the actually guy. I'm not saying, again, it all boils down to, if you are loving this and you're buying this and you're happy, I am absolutely pleased for you. You are not wrong. I'm just saying this is what true Starscreamer is feeling. And it's cool. And if they had always been like this, I guess I probably wouldn't be this rough about it. But again, I think of Motormaster. He was always a huge guy who he was his bot, he was his trailer, and he was always an all-inclusive thing. Kind of like, it's like one of the reasons why I loved the Power of the Prime's Ultra Magnus, because he was an all-in-one thing, if that makes sense.
You could look at this like G1 Devastator.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't combine that unless you used the parts. And like, you see the legs separate. I think you have to break that whole trailer apart.
Yeah,
so instead of making him one big robot, you can slam the car in the leg thing, slam the car, and bring them together at the end.
As I said, like I'm just saying, this is cool. I mean, I could see like this was a Power Ranger thing where yes, the trailer becomes the base, and then the other 5 Sentais jump in their mechs and all. And it's going to look good. It's going to look great on the shelf combined. It's going to look accurate on the shelf combined. It's just, it just irks me in a weird way, and I am strange about this. I admit it completely, but that's one of the reasons why I love the MMCs and why the Zetas do it. That's the reason why I love that Raiden, though. That's Moon Studios Zeta is coming out because it's doing it.
Texas Blaze here says though, and I like this comment a lot because it says that your CW aerial bots are still valid.
I love the combine. Yeah, the Combiner War aerial bots and the Combiner War Bruticus were absolutely awesome.
Yeah, so it's like that Menasor was so lacking that I think for a lot of people who are collecting Chug, this Motormaster is gonna, the eventual Menasor is gonna be a really good addition because you don't have to replace your aerial bots. Also, Mecha's review said want to see a Studio Series 86 Devastator because I think that Devastator needs an update. But
one thing to what David's saying is, unlike the Zeta, where it's just the torso, you can actually have Menasor without any of the other bots.
And they show it on the box right here.
Yeah,
which is nuts.
That bugs the heck out of me because Menasor was supposed to be all of them combined.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that kind of bothers me about the box is that they're just showing, and again, they just have revealed Wild Rider and Dragstrip is out if you can find them. They're not cross-selling the other two. That kind of bugs me a little bit. Now, I think the final product is going to be awesome, and I'm all in for it.
The lady on the stream is her fault.
It's going to look absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna say, I mean, and like Motormaster's his robot mode as a truck turning into a robot looks very cool. Looks very not Prime, which is absolutely neat. I love the fact though that he was all trailer too. That was things I loved about Motormaster. He was like the opposite of a Napoleon syndrome of this big towering bully guy who still always just never quite got it. I don't know. It's just. He's diminished. He has diminished.
Next up, we get a look at Wild Rider. I think his backpack is mistransformed.
No, they did that on purpose.
What do you mean?
I think you should be able to close the chest. I mean, to close the backpack, but they did that on purpose to make it look like he has a cape. Yeah. That's what the designer was saying.
Because I think otherwise he looks great for Wild Rider.
I guess they probably had money in the budget for some extra engineering, and he was like, "Here we go."
Unless they do a inevitable legacy version of Crosshairs from the Bayverse.
That was an ambitious design back in the day.
It's still an ambitious figure. The fact that they basically took a shell former and gave him it turned the shell into a trench coat.
Yeah.
Oh, him, man. Yeah.
I think it looks good. The peg on wheels in the back bother me. They don't bother me that much. I like that they partially attempted to paint the rims. I'll give them an E for effort, but they need to make it so they peg on inside. I understand why they do the peg on wheels because it makes the manufacturing a lot smoother because you have on the assembly line, you just pop them in, but make them peg on inside. Don't make them peg on from the outside.
They do that because this Optimus has that peg on inside.
Right. It's not like it's a foreign concept to them.
I think when they do it with the peg on inside, has more instances of the wheel being loose and coming off.
I would take the trade off. I mean, these are aimed at collectors. If you're like making them go vroom vroom on the floor, and that happens, just pick it up, pop it back on.
Like, speaking of that, I'm sitting here trying to pull these wheels off, and I can't, so I might have to take that back.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Now, this guy, who also has the peg on inside, I don't know how many times I've just pulled his.
Those guns look
shoulder
great, by the
wheel
way.
up.
His
Yes,
guns
they
look
do.
absolutely-
And to the point where they actually put it on the package art. I'm down with that. Oh, Mecca's reviews. Yeah, we do need a G1 Sentinel Prime because the Titan Return one was pretty lame.
God, I hated that.
Well, maybe they'll make Alpha Trion finally.
And not make him a lion.
Yeah.
Now we get into some interesting stuff. We knew this one was coming. We get a G1 styled knockout.
This makes me smile. The head sculpt is gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm digging it. And
the
he
weapon's
gets
perfect,
the
too.
Weapon. Gold rims.
I was saying this in the chat. It's like they could have easily copped out and made him a 6th Stunticon and just like slightly remolded Wild Rider or Breakdown or Dead End even, and just put his head on there. And I'm actually very thankful they went with this route.
You think we'll actually get 2 breakdowns in this line?
I was wondering about that.
They might have expected you to get that 2-pack.
Yeah, but that's a completely different aesthetic, though.
But that was the Prime Breakdown.
Yeah.
Unless they make Bulkhead heavy retool in.
I think that would work, to be
That would
honest
work.
with you. Yeah, this one I'm super excited for. With like the Bulkhead and RC and T. I know you were in the chat. You were talking about like you didn't understand like why people were hating on the RC. The more I mess with her, the more she grows on me. Especially like after I learned you could click in the waist.
Yeah.
You know,
I was thinking that must be people's problem because I didn't like it until I figured that out.
Yeah, once you click in the waist and she becomes way more stable, it's interesting having she's RC, but she's TF Prime, but she's it's like having 2 chicks named Jenny, basically is what it boils down to.
At least you're never calling out the wrong name.
Right, exactly.
We're probably never getting a G1 RT since they released her twice already.
Yeah. Thrice, actually, since you got Thrilling 30.
You're also getting the Cybertronian version.
Yeah.
I'm a little RC'd out, to be honest.
And then boom, the vehicle mode. I'm glad they did all the tempo work on the side, as subtle as it is. They could have just left that plain red, but they didn't, and I'm glad.
It looks good.
Just again, the peg on wheels. Come on now.
But you got your painted rims. You got your painted rims.
I'm glad they're going that mile. I'm glad they're going that mile. But in the words of my boy Deluxe Baldwin, come on now. It's Mortimus there with the "I love you, Jenny."
Jenny.
I like the heavy retool because some people didn't even notice that it was Jazz.
This is Jazz?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Look
I didn't know. Now I see it. Now I see it. Shit, I've got Ricochet around here somewhere. Now I see it.
If he didn't mention that during the live stream, I wouldn't even notice.
Wow.
But he said that he was really upfront. He's like, it's a partial of Jazz. So the arms are Jazz, the crotch, the shins, the legs, but the card shell is all knockout.
Holy shit. Yeah, it's like the JP whatever they called it for the Jurassic Park 2-pack. Like, to me, that's impressive. That's like a partial of Jazz.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's just
It looks
again,
completely different to me.
it's just gotten priced out for me. That's the problem. It's like,
Is this priced out for you, Dave? Tarantulas.
he's looking good.
I've been wanting that Tarantulas for 20 years.
I'm right there.
I'm
with
about
you.
to go. Yeah,
About to go what?
I love that. I love the buzzsaw.
I like that the buzzsaw's a hint of things to come. Because outside of Inferno, they've done all of the season 1. So you know that they've probably got transmetals coming down.
Your Commander class
Commander
6
class
shot.
6
would be
shot.
hot.
I kind of like that
I
idea.
agree.
Imagine a 6 shot that's the same size as a 6 shot the same size as Jetfire.
Jetfire.
I'd be there all day. I would love that.
So I gotta
I was
say though,
feeling-
that
Go ahead.
last 6 shot figure was pretty well done for what considering.
Stay for the stickers and the headmaster gimmick.
It looks like
Even
Tarantulas
though
has
the
a ball.
headmaster part of it was well done because of it kind of like it sat in there, you know, it wasn't obtrusive, it wasn't as gimmick centric.
Yeah.
You know,
But this is
Tarantulas should
looking
have the masterpiece Black Arachnia articulation that Black Arachnia didn't have.
Yeah, because he's got like all the legs appear to be on ball joints. Let's go back.
His waist is on a ball joint.
Yeah. I mean,
So
he's
he should be able to do the teapots and all that.
because he's sharing like partial. He's like more engineering than sharing any parts with her, isn't he? Maybe at most he probably shares the feet.
I can't
I
tell if
don't
he's got
think-
ankle rockers. Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah,
He's
got-
completely new. I believe the dude said he was new. When they showed him side by side, they didn't look alike at all.
I'm loving the metallic plastic and paint that they're using on him.
Oh, the gun might be the same.
Yeah, the crossbow is definitely the same, but
I
it's
can
like
deal with that.
they didn't have to give him the little cutter weapon, but I'm glad that they did.
I think they had to, because all the figures seem to come with 2 weapons now.
I'm also glad in Wave 2 to see that not all of them have like the shoehorned in Energon weapons, and I really hope that they see that they don't need them and fans don't want them.
This is probably a response, just like Wave 2 of Classified.
Yeah.
Did you guys say Pterosaur is getting a re-release?
Yeah, we're going to cover that in This Week in Repaints.
Okay, never mind that. Oh, it's a repaint, so it's fractal.
So, Sportimus, no chrome, metallic paint for me. I'm sure Cartomi might do chrome, but if they get to transmetals, I just want like super metallic paint.
Don't use whatever paint they used on Rat Trap.
Yeah. This spider mode looks way better than Black Arachnia's
Yes.
or Tarantula mode. I'm there for. I mean, this is the one I'm most excited for in Wave 2. Like, I've got them all in pre-order.
Definitely looks a lot better than Scorponok, which I still am probably going to pick up just because.
Then we get to Alita 1. I think this looks like maybe a pre-tool for her Earth Spark figure. Or she's meant to be the Earth Spark version of Alita 1. Because Legacy hopefully is like this all-encompassing line for generations.
Again, love the head. No! You know what she's going to be?
What?
Strong arm.
She could be.
I could totally. I'm looking at that torso and with the wheels up there. That's gonna be I bet you that's gonna be a redo of strong arm.
But you know, they did show, and I wish I had it handy here. But they did show that her alt mode is 100% based off what Alita 1's alt mode was supposed to be in G1.
Did she ever transform in G1? I can't remember.
I don't think
Briefly.
she. Oh, she did. Okay.
I know Moonracer did.
I'm trying to find pictures from Earthspark.
I got it. I'm about to send it to the chat.
I know they had pictures of it. I remember seeing the pictures, but I don't know if it was actually animated.
I just sent it to the Facebook chat.
Working on getting it up now.
Giggity.
So yeah, there she is. We yeah, so that alt mode is supposed to be like her G1 alt mode. Like you can see she's even got like the kind of head design going on. They have the 360 spin for her. You can see that piece is actually not her head. That's just on her back the whole time.
Yeah, they did modernize it a bit.
I mean, honestly, I like this better than her being a retool of RC.
I completely agree.
I 100% think you're right, Dave. I think we're going to get a strong arm out of this.
I like it. I want it. I can't wait. I pre-ordered everything except the next guy you're about to show.
And I'll pull up strong arm real quick just to, again.
They have to make our chest more blocky.
They really don't have to do anything. Especially if you look at the legs.
Legs, shoulders on the wheels. Maybe just rotate the shoulders around somehow.
I can even see them trying to just do a minor change to the head crest and just calling it a wrap. I mean, I hope that they put more effort into it, but
I never knew until recently that our head looks exactly like that train bot.
Yeah,
So-
Shuki or. All right, let's get into the next. And this is G-Haxus. It's interesting that he's set up as a G2 Decepticon here.
That's how he was.
I mean, in the comics, yeah. So I'm glad to see them doing
A logo.
the logo instead of
I absolutely love it. There's a lot of things I like about this figure. I love the exposed cabling in the legs. There's just something really cool about that.
I've seen a post by Simon Furman saying that he always has mixed feelings when he sees one of his characters become a toy. Probably the fact that he's not getting any residual.
I think there's something about when you design something and then it has like a physical representation. It's got to give you some sort of feels.
There's a couple. I mean, one of the things I said in our chat is that when I looked at that alt mode, I could totally see this becoming a Armada
Jetfire. Or Armada Jetfire. Well, actually, it'd probably be more Energon Jetfire.
Did you say Armada Thrust, though, right?
Yeah. Give him the squid head up there.
I don't know. It looks like an alien bug box.
Chad says he looks like a giant pencil in alt mode. I kind of thought it was funny. Somebody said he looks like a hot dog with all the condiments.
Me. You're like the hot dog dipped into the condiment box. Like you see the bun and then you got the red hot dog peeling out.
Yeah, like mustard.
Covered in chili and mustard.
He's got the white onions going on. Way better than what they gave him in Thrilling 30. I gotta say that. Like Thrilling 30 was tiny little redeco of
Armada
Starscream. I did like that orange color scheme for Thrilling 30 though. I hated
that. I hated that color scheme. I hated the guns. I hate this. This I like. This one might be one of the few ones that might make me crap.
Then we got Blitzwing. We've seen Blitzwing. I don't want to spend too much time on him.
Those hands have no damn purpose except to jack.
Yeah. So I was right though. I was
you
right.
were right.
So yeah, these are just throwaway accessories that Hasbro has like thrown in just to justify the price point because he's got a higher parts count. I like that they fold in. I like that. So you can just kind of have them there. But yeah, I personally just wish they hadn't included them.
They remind me of the Combiner West Devastator hands.
They do, except those at least became Devastator's hands. These are just kind of like accessories for the sake of accessories.
Well, you could probably throw him in Minosaur's hands and give him bigger gloves.
I wouldn't even want to do that. Don't wish that hate on me, Ricky Bobby.
The jet mode is still horrible.
Hasbro, if you don't know what to do and you're under budget, just give us blast effects.
Yeah.
Just give us a fuck ton of blast effects for other figures.
Not a ton.
Is a character that can use them. A fuck ton of them. You know?
I like I like them on the tank. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, they could have just given like little missile pods and it would have been fine instead of, he's got like Energon Jazz hands.
Well, Astro Train came with that whole caboose.
At least it became a weapons rack, and at least it became a stand for his shuttle mode, and it became a little car for the train. I mean, this turns into, oh, hey, we're back from summer vacation, and Timmy broke both his arms. You get that one kid that comes back from summer vacation, he's got his arms in casts. He grew a second thumb because we couldn't give him individual left and right hands.
No, this background image, are they on the moon?
I don't know. Maybe they're supposed to be like on Char. Yeah.
Because I see Cybertron in the background.
Yeah, but there's an old pod racer right next to him.
They're on Jakku. T7 Nowhere says maybe the hands are for an Energon combiner of the way. That would be cool. I doubt they'll do that, but it would be cool. I mean, they did have that whole like half-assed fossilizer combiner that they threw on us, so you never know. Like the box form, at least. And there's the group shot. All right, well, Dave, it's time for your favorite segment of the show. So that can only be
This Week in Repaints.
All right. So
timing was a little off. Missed the first part.
We did. If you missed out on Pterosaur because he was an Amazon exclusive and not everybody was able to pre-order him, you'll be able to pop into your local Target soon enough and get him sans the Golden Disc and sans a show-accurate deco. He's going to be part of the buzzworthy Bumblebee line in his toy deco, but his toy deco looks pretty awesome, if I do say so myself.
In robot mode.
Yeah, in robot mode.
I instantly recognized him for what he was supposed to be in a robot mode. I think the beast mode is accurate, but look.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Wolf.
I kind of like the gun. What's that, Dave?
The gun is so lazily done.
I think the gun should have been purple, to be honest.
Did he have a gun in the original toy?
Yeah.
It was purple?
I can't remember. I just think it should have been purple. And yeah, you get a very, very 1996 pterodactyl mode here.
Not having a colored beak is just horrifying.
It is. It's a callback to the toy. I think it's kind of ironic that the show accurate one sold out, and then this one's probably going to shelf form. I think that they
only
should.
at Target.
What's that?
At least it's only at Target.
Yeah, at least
And
it's
they'll
only at
clear it
Target.
out.
Let's pull up that original Beast Wars Pterosaur because I'm curious now if he had the purple gun.
I was gonna say it won't shelf warm, but we got a billion bumblebees in there.
Well, that's because they like. It's funny because the buzzworthy bumblebees that they had initially, and nope, I was wrong here. He had a red gun. But yeah, he is accurate. He is very accurate to his Beast Wars incarnation.
There is some love there.
Yeah.
They didn't make the legs black though.
What do you mean? The legs look accurate. Oh, the thighs. I see. Yeah. Yeah, if they were going to make that concession, they should have given him the colored beak. I think if he had the colored beak, I think he would have been good enough for a lot of people that missed out on the Golden Disc Collection one. And, an irony here is I think this would have been better for the Golden Disc Collection and given like a wide release for the tune accurate one.
It's almost can work as like a G2 repaint. That's how different they are.
Yeah, the spots especially.
Mm.
And the different color head and all that.
They're really liking their metallic green.
It does look. The face, the head is striking. Actually, I kind of like the head better.
Or a Fox Kids repaint. That's one
Yeah.
the 10th anniversary one.
I won't be shocked if we get into Fox Kids repaints, especially with what I'm going to share next.
Oh God, what are you going to share us next?
So next up, we actually get a possible first look at a couple new figures. Diaclone Twin Twist, they're calling it, as well as, and who knows, they may go Shattered Glass with this. And Parasite. You gotta love when people get figures early and they can't have them transformed correctly. I'm not familiar with Parasite as a character. I'm not sure where they're coming in with this. I do absolutely love this color scheme for Waspinator. So, however they're going to sell it, I want this.
Yeah, I like that.
Never could find Twin Twist. I found no wait, Twin Twist one.
Topspin and Twin Twist, I think both were hard to find.
Right, I found one of them. I never could find the second one because the second one was in that last wave that that had Windblade in it, and
yeah, Misfire.
I never found any of those. Never found Misfire. Never found Trigger Happy.
I had to get them at TFCon 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
I never saw Wembley in person, I don't think.
I will say, if they're going to go this far, why not just reissue Topspin and Twin Twist? Even if they're not supposed to be headmasters, they fit the bill, they have the articulation, they'll look the part. Why not just do it?
Everything got to be different.
I guess, but I just feel like not enough people got either of them. Or I think if you're gonna reissue this mold, go on Hasbro Pulse, sell it as an exclusive 2-pack. I feel like so many people who grew up around the time we did got Topspin and Twin Twist together, almost like the clones. They weren't clones, but actually weren't they even sold in 2-pack?
No,
I can't remember.
Yeah, I just know when I got them, and I got them like twice in my childhood. I got them both together because I don't think anybody wanted them, and it was just like, hey, they're brothers. Here you go.
I didn't get to frequent toy stores that much when I was little.
I was the first grandchild, so I was fortunate in that regard.
I was way too far down the totem pole.
But
All right, cool. Next.
I'm sure we'll see how these guys are being released. Next up, and our last repaint, and this is not an official Hasbro repaint, but it's an official product, so it's here. We also get the inevitable Furai model kit, Acid Storm, which if Matt was here, he'd gush about because I know he likes this model kit mold.
And he likes Acid Storm.
And he likes Acid Storm, yeah. So I imagine he'll be getting one to go with his Sunstorm that he painted up. Next up on our official news, we've got another reveal. This one kind of came out of nowhere. This is the Unimetal Galvatron and Rodimus Prime. These guys are up for pre-order now. They are not 18 inches tall like the Prime, Ultra Magnus, and Megatron before them. They're actually a little bit smaller. They're 11 inches tall.
And
They're
the
based on the
affordable
studio
price of,
stuff. What's that?
they're at the low affordable price of
$3.99. Yeah. These do nothing for me.
Nope.
Especially now that I'm on Team 3-0.
They do. I think. Yeah. Just move on. It's a thing. If you want them, buy them. Next.
Yeah.
I
I
just
think
wanna
they look awesome, but I don't want to buy it.
Yeah.
There is better stuff out there you can spend your money on, in my personal opinion.
And likewise, I think it's cool that this Rodimus converts, and the Rodimus and the Hot Rod and the Rodimus Prime are very different. Has a matrix. Obviously, it's not going to talk like the others. I just think like, hey, these obviously look like they're trying to compete with Flames Toys and 3-0. I'm just gonna say I'm sticking with 3-0. Like,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they articulate, but to me they look good. But I just don't want it.
They look like they articulate with an asterisk. Like they have a lot of detail here. Like you look at Hot Rod, he's actually got cables going to like his exhausts, so it looks like he has functional flamethrower wrists. And I think the level of detail is good. But
I respect what it is, but it literally does nothing for me.
Yeah.
Galvatron, the proportions aren't right. There's things that are spiky that shouldn't be spiky. There's things that are nope.
For the proportions, you need to see the Studio Ox picture.
Yeah, I also don't like how they did the LEDs. It's like an array of LEDs in this cannon. It just doesn't look right. And this is also the Unimetal S. Again, 3-0 MDLX. I think that's where it's at. I think that's where, if you want non-transforming Transformers, I think 3-0 is where you need to be, and I think the MDLX is where you need to keep your eye. Because that Bumblebee's a figure I have a hard time putting down.
Mine's in the mail to me, finally.
I can't wait for you to get it because I want to hear your thoughts on it. Second to last unofficial news, this was posted on Dame Talk's Twitter. This is actually it's Facebook. This is 100% a rumor. I can't tell if this is photoshopped or not. There's people debating it in the chat.
Rumor has
it.
Rumor has it.
This might be how they're releasing that Armada Optimus that we saw a while back. So again, 100% rumor. This, where it normally would say Transformers Legacy, this looks like it might be photoshopped, but up here at the top of the box, it's harder to tell. Also, the line work here on this Prime looks close to official, but there's really talented artists out there. Mm-hmm. So if this is a hoax, it's very elaborate. I hope it's real. That's all I can say. Because you kind of broke up there, T.
I said, I hope it's real. You think that would be a commander class, right?
I don't think so. If it's just the core Optimus.
Oh, it's just
like a bendy Prime.
They never showed the trailer. I forgot.
Yeah, they just showed this Optimus. So Sportimus says we'll know for sure when Prime versus Prime. That's kind of true.
Well, it has to be coming because it's there.
Well, speaking of showing trailers, we had that Robeson reveal, or I'm sorry, we had the Robeson teaser. We all thought we were going to be getting a Bumblebee. If not a Bumblebee, we thought maybe we were going to get a Datsun. I don't think anybody saw what Robeson was doing. We're actually getting a remote-controlled and auto-converting trailer for your Robeson Prime. This is interesting. So this comes in at $749.99. It's very expensive.
What a deal!
You're right, a deal. You get Spike, you get Roller, and the trailer. The trailer transforms itself. You get a Spike that he still doesn't have a face, as T eloquently put it. You get LEDs on the trailer. The trailer has sounds and everything. It auto converts. You can remote control the roller and tow the trailer. I don't know what to think of this.
You're thinking you're about to spend $749.99.
I don't think I am. I'm happy with just the Prime. I don't know that like this is like worth it. It's a retread of the MP10 trailer, and it doesn't do the things that this Prime does. So I know I've showed you guys that like you can get the Robeson Transformer, the one that's not an officially licensed Transformer, just the Robeson transforming robot, on Amazon for $350. That's a robot that walks, talks, listens to commands. This is an awful lot to pay for a license. This is too much to pay for a license. Way too much to pay for a license.
We got to pay for Peter Cullen too.
But you know, it's like if you have you're not just getting the trailer if you don't have the Prime.
You shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. I mean, they did make sure that Roller can carry around the trailer.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, but like you can go to Target and get a really cool RC vehicle that's well built for $50.
This isn't for neither one of them. This whole thing isn't for regular consumers. No. It's for rich people.
It's for people that already got the Robeson Prime. Like you're not just going to get this and be like, yeah.
But now they're bringing a Prime back.
Yeah, which I don't know how I feel about, because they like, and see, I don't know how you feel about this either, because like when they sold the Prime, they're like, this is a very limited edition thing.
I don't feel bad about it. I got it. I just wanted it. I don't know. I wish they didn't even say that it was limited.
I see what you did there, Sportimus. When I said Spike had no face, Prime has Spike's face. Dare2727 says this should be a combo. You get both for $1,000. I agree. I do think that there should be a discount, because, like, for early adopters for the Robeson Prime, we got that at a discount.
This is just it's too rich for my blood.
They are milking. Like
I want it to have for my Optimus, but there's no way I'm spending that much money on it again.
Sorry, when the thing is almost it's close to my mortgage payment. No.
Right.
If that's close to your mortgage payment, you're a lucky man. Well, you don't live in Maryland. So.
I live in North Carolina.
Yeah, this is a complete total pass for me. Like I'm very happy to have the Prime. I do not need this. I was thinking that maybe they would do a Bumblebee and have it come out at a smaller price, so people that couldn't get the Prime could get a smaller one and be like, hey, this is still really expensive, but it's not breaking the bank. It's not $600-700. So
you would need to keep them.
Yeah, or even at this price point, do a Megatron, have him turn into a tank. You know,
I didn't think it would be this expensive until she said 3 feet long, and I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, I mean, even still, I don't think it needed to be auto converting. I don't think it needed to be what it is.
It has to be his Roboson.
I mean, I get it, but I just think that there are
It
other
looks
things.
awesome. That's all I know.
I'm glad for anybody that gets this. I'll put it at that.
Does it have lights on the inside?
It looks like it does. The videos they made it look like it did. You can see.
Yeah, I was like, that looks amazing. Like the image where they were showing it open from the back. You could see all the details inside. It looked like a real command center.
I would say the one thing that I wish this had is that, like, when you turn him off in robot mode and he kind of like goes down to that, like, like he's like grabbing his shins.
Yeah.
I wish that they could have turned this into like a docking bay charging station. So like you could have like a USB cable coming out of the top and plugging into him. So you could like have him like in a docking bay, you know what I mean?
No, that would be cool. Like it's repairing him.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like a functional repair bay.
Does anyone in the chat have the Optimus?
I think only this guy and this guy. And if Womack,
I think this is me too.
Yeah, I don't think Womack even bought it.
Yeah.
It was too rich for him.
That's a cold day in hell.
All right. He picks and chooses what's too rich.
Speaking of picking and choosing what's too rich, let's get into the third-party news. We're going to talk about Studio Cell. Studio Cell is coming out with a third release for their not Unicron. This one is a quote-unquote cartoon deco. It looks to me just like a middle ground between what they did for the first release and the quote-unquote movie colors. A little bit more monochromatic.
Too rich for you, Pake. Pake has $700 toys just in a box that he never opened.
This is a more muted color scheme. I'm happy with the one I have.
If you missed it,
yes,
that's all I can say. If you missed it,
Yeah,
this is a great time to pick it up. This is a good one to have, and it's less than a HasLab one. Doesn't take up as much room on your shelf.
It's actually available.
Yes, I believe this is $350 on Show Z, so not that much of an increase. And I believe this is also being sold as a complete package. You don't have to eat the head and the wings separately. So
it would look great looming down from a Detolf.
Yes, and I do like that they made the abduction effects piece clear. So
I'm happy with HasLab.
Yeah,
but it looks awesome though.
I got lucky with mine. I bought mine, and I want to say
you're a romantic man.
When I got mine, he was like $185. Better days. I got it like on a super early pre-order price.
Yeah. I remember it being a reasonable price at first.
It was like a too good to be true price, and I'm still shocked that I actually got it.
Class.
Next up, if you saw our thumbnail, you knew we were talking about this. MMC, it looks like they're de-zeffed. At least their G1 Deathsaurus is ready to go. I'm in for the
I would love to be the guy who takes the pictures of these, who gets to handle them.
Shout out
I would
to
love to.
I can't wait for this. I'm getting the IDW version. Every time I see this, it's impressive.
Yeah, it looks good. I don't care about this character at all, but that robot mode where he's holding the gun, I really like that.
I mean, I was never a fan of Deathsaurus' alt mode, but yeah, everything else about him is imposing. He is an emperor of destruction.
He's a griffin. I would really love to see MMC do their take on Beast Wars 2 Galvatron. I want somebody to do it. I just want Fan Sabi to do it.
They do love their remolds.
They do. This wouldn't be that difficult to remold, to be honest, into a Beast Wars 2 Galvatron. So, Granted, Galvatron didn't have wings on his back. His wings folded up into his legs. So,
They have a price for this?
I want to say he's in the 200 range. I mean, the bigger bots typically fall into that $200 range. I can find out for you real quick. We go over to BBTS. Oh wow, he is actually. So this is interesting. On BBTS, if you want the IDW version, he's $159. If you want the Continuum version, he's additional $20.
That's not bad.
So this is the one I want.
What's the difference?
So the wings, they are, individual pieces.
Oh yeah. They look different.
The head sculpt's
Love those
different.
head sculpts.
The head sculpt for the beast mode's different. If you go in here, he's got. We just looked at him. He's got the more fuller wings. He's also got
I like the main one you were showing before.
You like the IDW?
Yeah, that's dark blue one.
Yeah. I don't know that the IDW one comes with the gun, though.
Or the ball and chain.
Yeah. So that's probably where they're... I know he comes with a extra head. But, yeah, I definitely want
I'm backwards. I thought the gray one was the IDW. Because I remember seeing that face.
A bit different. It's similar, but he's got multiple eyes in IDW. Hence the eye. That's a terrible joke.
Worth it, I guess.
Yep. Pake's excited now. So, next up on our third-party docket, we'll do another IDW here. Again, wish we had Matt to talk about this one. This is, again, I don't collect Legends, but this one I was shocked to see. There's a sticker shock for me on this one. This is Toshiro from New Age. This is an IDW Cyclonus, and I think that the sculpting and the paintwork on this look fantastic. And I was like, I'd love me some Cyclonus here.
That looks a lot, and that alt mode looks a hell of a lot better than the Iron Factory one.
Dave, if you were to guess what this would cost, what would you say?
New Age these days, I'd probably say about $65.
T, what would you say?
I think I saw that it's 90.
This is $90
for a goddamn Legends figure.
For a Legends figure, and it's like, look, I think the paintwork on it looks great, but there's not that much paintwork on here.
They think that, bro.
No, not for a Legends figure.
It doesn't even come with that many accessories.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. He comes with a pair of hands, pair of swords.
Does he come with his Armada as well with the other?
Right. You would think he'd come with 3-pack or something. No.
Does he come with both Bombshell and Thundercracker? So you could argue which one.
Right.
That wouldn't make much sense.
Pink, there's no New Age collectors here. Trust me. We're just armchair quarterbacks for New Age.
I mean, that looks phenomenal, but I'd pay $90 for a Voyager size version that did that kind of posing.
Once the Seekers came out, once the Seekers came out, they priced me out.
Yeah. I feel it's so crazy.
I'm so glad I'm not in this.
I know the prices of things have gone up, but these, the price between Legends and Masterpiece scale, and there's the complexity and parts counts. I understand, putting together a teeny tiny figure with a lot of complexity has to be a lot, but
still has damn mushroom pegs.
Yeah. Toy Villain. I mean, if this was Masterpiece scale,
right?
Maybe
for that price, that would be a blessing.
But you can get Quietus on the secondary market for $250. So, and again with the Fans Toys one, you can get the parts to make him IDW or G1, and Next up, I'm not sure about this company. I saw this floating around on Third Party Unlimited as well as Dame Jock. So this is from Like Toys. This appears to be a non-transforming masterpiece scale Alpha Triangle. Yeah,
Meh.
it's the only scale they have is a finger here. So curious about this. I guess we'll get further developments, but it's interesting that they've got it with packaging and everything.
Well, that's the only picture.
These are the only 3 pictures they get. One showing how the hand works. It looks like an old Heath hand, to be honest. And then the other picture showing it in the box or the styrofoam, or not styrofoam, but foam with his accessories. So keeping an eye on it. Next up, we got an interesting one also from Like Toys. This is a third-party kit for a third-party figure. This one comes from Third Party Unlimited. This one is... I'm not logged in again, apparently. This is an add-on kit for your MMC Bruticus that makes him Zeta scale.
And better looking.
And yeah, arguably better looking.
That defeats the purpose of the
no
MMC one.
It does. But if you want to have those figures and you want to keep that scale, I mean, options are good.
How much did they put a price?
So somebody, I'm not in the group that these are being sold in. This looks like it's being sold in that Huts Lionel group. I saw someone in the comments saying this is going to run close to $300.
This.
Yeah.
This
so
right here. With Dare 2727. You are right there. Derry, I'm with you. This makes no sense for MMC. This defeats the purpose for the MMC. If you want the Zeta scale, you buy the Zeta. You bought the MMC because you love the MMC engineering, you love the MMC perfect configuration. This defeats the purpose of it all.
MMC's robot modes look good, but that combined mode does not look good to me.
I think the combined mode looks
combined
good.
award. It looks combined awards to me with the small torso.
I think the problem with it more or less is that it's not in scale with the Zeta stuff. I think because it's smaller, I think it just if you've handled it, I don't think it looks great. But yeah, I don't know. This is kind of like an option. I think you're right. This is kind of not true since MMC releases their own upgrade kit, and yeah, that is true. They did give it the toy upgrade kit. I could see MMC doing their own like height booster if you wanted it. I don't think a garage kit is worth $300.
Well, they gave you the foot booster and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Listen,
But at least that was
sometimes you
only
just have to be
$50.
comfortable with your own stature, all right?
Now, if I owned the
realize that being
MMC,
over 5'8", but trust me.
if I owned the MMC and this was $80, I would get it in a heartbeat.
I think the problem with the Zeta too is that the Zeta, it doesn't look G1. They've updated the designs. I like the Zeta, but I'm just saying, like, if you're going for like if you're going for like that new masterpiece aesthetic, where you want things to look like, they're Sunbow.
I didn't say I was. Hold on.
Who
I
said
didn't say
there's
I was 5'8". I'm just saying people over 5'8" wouldn't understand. I'm under 5'8" and comfortable with my. Never mind.
Pig, we do have a Dave Scale shirt available for purchase on our Teespring store if you'd like one. All right.
You guys
Well,
are
we'll go
all
to
gonna
next.
be reincarnated as short motherfuckers. You know that, right? All y'all reincarnated under 5 foot.
You'll come as like Dikembe Mutombo's like great grandson.
No.
You get a tease from Transarts here. Their Transmetal Megatron. I can't wait for this thing. I've loved all of their stuff. I do think that their Optimal Optimus is a little small, but it's still a well-made figure.
Is this going to be as big as Masterpiece Megatron?
Yes, it is. So that's their Cheetor for comparison.
It's gonna be made in gold plastic and it'll fall apart in 3 years just to get so you can relive
the experience.
feeling.
It better
That
not
made
be.
me super sad. When I went into my box, I had them in storage for a while. I went into the box to mess with it, and he just fell apart in my hands.
We got one more thing on the third-party docket, and it comes in the form of add-on kits. We've got an add-on kit for Legacy Bulkhead and Legacy Drag Strip. If they'll load. There we go. So this comes from Matrix Workshop. Again, these are garage kits. I don't have the prices on these, but they are 3D printed. You get 2 missile pods, a gun, and you also get an adapter piece here, so you can have. We'll show that off in a second here. You have the missile pods on his arms. You have him holding the gun.
Just like the animated missile pod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I remember when he did that in the show.
Yeah, you get the adapter piece. So you can have like the cloth bit off of him. This one's cool. Not for me. It stores away. But hey, where are you gonna put the wrecking ball and the?
On the outside.
Well, I guess on the outside.
Or in a bucket somewhere.
Next up, we got blasters. You know, you can do like kind of like the toy thing that Drag Strip had.
Now that was cool. Now I kind of dig that. I see that one. I see the aesthetic for.
You know,
I like this kit much better than the previous kit.
Yeah, if you want to do it, you can do it. You can give them bigger guns. But yeah, cool stuff that they've got in the world of third party. Well, let's get into something that I know Dave and I are both going to be very excited about. This is so they had the Transformers and Power Rangers reveals back to back. Transformer stuff stole the thunder. I gotta say, Toku Nation doesn't even have this on their website, and it's been 3 days since the event. And this flew under everybody's radar because I was like super excited about it. I was like, Dave, did you see they're doing the Dragon Zord with the effects pieces that we've always wanted?
About fucking time. Yes, that's exactly pre-ordered on site.
Yeah. So Hasbro had a bunch of new Power Ranger stuff. Obviously, they're doing the rest of the Ninja Rangers. These came and went for pre-order, shared exclusives between Hasbro Pulse and Target. I didn't get them on Pulse, so I got to roll the dice and hope to God that they're abundant at Target. Because I had the others on pre-order. I'd hate to get some and not the rest of them.
Those Rocky eyes are spot on.
Yeah.
I can't get excited for them, but okay. That's probably one of my those Ninja Rangers are probably my least favorite parts of the show.
Fair enough.
That Power Sword is nice.
So let's get into the Zord Ascension Project. This is the second reveal we've got from it. Here's your little Green Ranger minifigs.
That got me excited.
Here we go. We get the Dragon Megazord.
God, I hope it looks a little more solid though. But
my only gripe off the bat is I wish they painted the chest gold.
I'm hoping that's a prototype and they'll do
they
more.
are okay. So down here you can see you have your missile tipped hands. With Soul Jigoken, we didn't get that. We just got splayed hands. What's that?
I said no. That was one of my biggest rants.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got splayed hands and you get the open hands. Here we not only get the tips, but we also get missile firing effects pieces, which Dave and I have both been saying that like that would be insta-buy.
I still have to say Super 7 has better looking missile fingers.
They do.
But this
You know what they didn't show? The ugly dragon poncho.
They didn't, but we did see that.
Yeah.
But I think like this is the combined mode I think anybody's gonna want. Like if you're doing it, like the Dragon Armor Megazord, now it's a thing it can do.
Or can it?
Okay.
I mean, they did both in the show, so
Yeah.
I mean, they talked about it.
We had a picture of it.
There's a picture of it floating around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was interesting to me that like Tokyo Nation does not have any coverage for this Dragon Megazord, period, other than the initial shot that they got. So they had the initial reveal.
I mean,
go back
I'm gonna say the Soul Shogoken still looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
you know, it's got the gold medal on it. It's got gold medal on there. It's very striking. It's got the chrome. It's got the die-cast feet. It's got the silver feet, the silver toenails. I mean, I'm looking at mine right now.
I think this is going to be a million times better to mess and pose and play with.
I'm just hoping that that's a prototype and the colors are more bold.
I'm right there with it.
In a live stream, they said that was the gold is unpainted because it's the prototype.
Yeah,
I agree with Pake here that the Dragon Zord looks best standalone. That's how I've always had my SOC on display. I like the playbook.
I didn't hate that mode. They used it a couple times in the show. I will say, if they make a Titanus, I'm still probably gonna pass on that because that's probably my least favorite of the original Mighty Morphin.
I think we're in the same boat where we just want the Thunder Megazord, like an articulated Thunder Megazord. So, I feel like with the Zord Ascension project, they're probably going to jump around a little bit. I think that they're going to do the Megazord, Dragon Zord, and they'll probably do like a fan favorite, like the Time Zord.
Time Zord's a cool one. Time Zord's a real cool one.
Yeah. Especially since it had like 2 Megazord modes.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Hey,
here's the Time Zord right there.
Right,
you go bounce, Peg. Good seeing you, man. Yeah. Yeah, I got. I mean,
I need to bounce as well. I took some medicine and my body feels like that movie where the giant mosquito was sucking all the blood up. That's what I feel like right now. I'm struggling to stay up. So
yeah,
thank you for
night,
staying
everybody.
with us, man. Good seeing you, Peg. Go to bed, T-Man.
All right. Well, let's get through the rest of the news. We don't have too much left.
Cool.
But I do want to hear what you have to say about some of our your second favorite segment outside of This Week in Repaint.
Let's get it moving.
The Todd segment.
Todd's been falling out a lot. I've been falling a lot out of love with Todd. So
I know you have, and that's why I want to talk about some of this stuff because we got the Blackest Night stuff coming.
Pass.
Yeah, I think they should have saved this towards Halloween. To be honest, Superman.
All I can say is all the zombie undead stuff for me easy. Money saved.
Yeah, I'm not feeling these at all. I have no connections to the runs. I don't think the designs look all the best. Batman, Superman here.
It's like Marvel Select with the Marvel zombies. There are people who love that shit. Eat that shit up. Enjoy your shit. I'm passing on that shit.
I think the Marvel zombies had a bit more dynamic designs, to be honest.
Cool. And I'm just saying, that's for me. I'm just seeing money I can spend on something else.
You know, the DC Essentials, McFarlane's helping release these, the Deceased line. The only one I think, and even if I had interest, I still probably wouldn't buy it. The only one I think that looks remotely interesting is the Red Hood.
Who they took the guns off of?
Right, exactly. You know, and like here you have Deathstroke. He's got a holster for a gun he won't have.
I mean, heck, they don't give Nightwing his Escrima sticks.
Yeah.
So,
because I don't necessarily think this Red Hood looks like a zombie so much as he looks like he's got like
a cool look, but I mean, you can still find some of those DC essentials out there.
Your local comic book shops still probably have them, and probably not marked up all that much.
No, I do not see any accessories for any of these. I mean, you're paying for the paint, the new head sculpts, and re-breaking out these old molds. But yeah, that's all I can say is money saved. Plain simple.
Next up, grab the wrong link here. Bear with me just a second. We have another Mezco reveal. These are the Murder Hornets. These actually look pretty interesting. And again, I wish Matt was here because I know he's into that Rumble Society stuff. And maybe we'll summon Mr. Kevin Womack to come in to the chat. These look pretty interesting.
Those are like the Krigs.
Yeah, so these are Krigs. These are their Murder Hornet editions. And I'm not collecting any of the Rumble Society stuff. I thought these looked like really cool designs.
They're neat. And that's the neat thing about Rumble Society. They are really neat designs.
Yeah, they're just kind of like one off. They're called Vibro Wings here.
I wonder if they looked at the Valorverse stuff and realized that stuff was selling. Like, quick, what can we repaint? And they made the wings and threw some paint on.
I tell you what, though, as far as Valorverse, I really want that BotCon exclusive where they're painting up their one to look like Waspinator.
It's already sold out, but good luck. But
yeah, I mean, well, Deluxe is going there. I might be like, hey, if you can get me one.
I would love to get some Valorverse in general, but they're like $30. Plus, then you got to get the add-on kits. It's like,
I mean, I'm debating getting Sergeant Slaughter as a one-off. I'm trying, like, again, Matt lives up the road from me. I'm like, hey, bring your Sergeant Slaughter over sometime. I just want to check him out.
I think that's the same Krig head.
Some soft goods going on there.
So
this isn't. I skipped it. I was gonna say this is a really neat effects piece here, right there. Kind of like that honey extractor sort of thing. See, T wants spot spraying too. Jedi says, I find it interesting. Trustarscreamer runs on the Valorverse one. Reach out to BBTS. They might get it in another 2 years.
Dude, I heard the worst damn rumor today. Speaking of imports and stuff, rumor has it for no damn reason that the dock workers may go on strike in June.
Oh, Jesus.
If that happens, oh my God.
Yeah, this stuff's going to slow down to a halt. Yeah, those are people you want to keep happy right now.
And they're making over. I mean, they're like, I don't get it. Anyway, next
up, we got Silverhawks Wave 3. These are kind of bringing me back. They're bringing some nostalgia. Again, I'm not collecting these. They're just
the Ramen Toys ones. If anything, have a little more my interest in these, just for the articulation. Yeah. But
yeah, I had Molecular. I had Mumbo Jumbo.
I had the Mumbo Jumbo too, and I'm surprised they're not including the size change gimmick.
Yeah. So you got Captain Stargazer here. Is this his first time getting a toy?
I think so, actually.
Definitely had Hot Wing when I was a kid. But Molecular, he was a really cool figure.
That was the one he could take them apart and put them together in different configurations.
So yeah, these again, like I wish I had unlimited funds and unlimited space. But I'm glad to see Silverhawks fans getting
I bet these will look amazing on a shelf. Get that one pose, get it set, and walk away, and it will look absolutely amazing on a shelf.
Next up, we got only one Marvel Legends thing on the docket tonight. This is Mr. Knight has gone up for pre-order.
Moon Knight's already sold out. I was able to secure a Mr. Knight. And I cannot wait. I just watched episode 3 of Moon Knight, and god damn it, that is still I need Mezco to make me a Mr. Knight figure, and I need them to make that Moon Knight with the damn wired cape.
Hopefully they're listening.
Because we know they watch our show. They're one of our 18 viewers.
I think Matt twists their arm.
But yeah, Mr. Knight is a gorgeous design. I love this show. Episode 3 was great, especially when he jumped off the building and his cape billowed out. Yeah.
I gotta say, like, Kev's right here. He says Super 7 to win $100 for a third-party unlicensed figure with shoddy paint and loose joints. He's good. You know, you do get your quality with them. To go back to Super 7.
Cool. And like I said, they are going to be at a gorgeous. The Super 7 is going to be a beautiful display.
Last up on our news docket, before we get into a quick discussion here, I was hoping we'd have Tifa discussion, but I want to talk to you about it, Dave, because it's shipping delays. Storm Collectibles, they're not giving up on Tekken. They're giving Paul Phoenix some love.
I wish I could afford them. I'm glad. I mean, I just can't afford all the Super 7s. This looks, again, dead beautiful.
I keep seeing Jin Kazama go on sale at GameStop, and like, if I were to have a one-off, it would probably be Jin or Heihachi.
Yeah, Jin and Kazuya, I would love to have.
Yeah, honestly, if that Devil Jin goes on clearance at GameStop or on a sale, that might do it for me.
They never showed up down here. There's 1,000 Toys Master Chief sitting at my GameStop that I'm waiting to move over.
Same. There's one at mine too.
I ain't doing no hot. Hold on here. I'm pulling.
Imagine if they make Kuma.
I ain't doing no hot toys. I cannot, because you know what? You pose them, you leave them. I need stuff I can move around.
I just I want more Mortal Kombat. I want to see that Kano colored. I want to see him painted, and then I want them to announce Sonya. I want them to give us some firm release dates.
I'm kind of waiting for that Kano as well.
Yeah. And I want some firm release dates on the female ninjas so I can get my Katana, my Melina, my Jade. So, but I'm glad to see Storm. Storm, like, they've been pretty consistent with, you know, making sure that all their licenses, all their properties are getting the love. They're not. I don't think they've dropped off any properties so far.
But it's hilarious that of all the franchises they go with, that Golden Axe got the highest.
Yeah, I mean, maybe is that a Sega thing? I mean, they've kind of been chugging along with Capcom a little bit, but like they give Darkstalker some love. Like we got, what was it? Dimitri was the last one that we saw they were doing. So
actually, I'm surprised they haven't done. I think they would do really well with the Altered Beast mode.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, and that would make for a really cool display. If you get, like, because you have the different power modes. You know, can you do that in one box? You know, where it's like a base
I just
figure.
need the beast modes, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's all I want. But yeah, if I was doing, I cannot see a bad thing about this Paul Phoenix figure. It has the accessories that I want. He looks good.
They got the hair down.
That damn punch that always freaking knocked me down every damn time. I hated falling. I'm a Brian Fury, Lee Chalet, and Jin Kazama player. Those are my three.
Yeah. I mean, what about Bruce?
You see, no, I hate Bruce and I hate Hwoarang.
Yeah.
I happen to notice there's a Super 7 Dragon Zord. Look at those missiles on those fingers. They look good. They do look good. But,
I was gonna say, last up, you got a little bit of a discussion topic here. This comes from Toy News International. People are wondering, NECA, where's our Loot Crate figures?
Probably on a boat in California.
So, NECA had acquired Loot Crate. We talked about it on the show before. They had kind of a scheduled shipment going out. Like Danny was supposed to be out in November. People were supposed to be getting their Armagons, their Mutant Shredder, Dark Donatello, and then the people that got all four were supposed to get Scrag. and people are kind of calling them out. Luke Crate even made a post, Turtle Tuesday update. Hey there, TMNT fans. We know you're waiting patiently on updates regarding Turtle Crates. We've received notice that all the items for Crate 2 and 3 have arrived in the warehouse. Those should be expected to arrive early to mid-February, right? That was posted on January 25th. People still haven't gotten their stuff.
I believe it. Again, you don't know what boat's getting unloaded. I blame it. It's on the docks. I mean, yes, it is a shame. And NECA probably should be communicating this a little better. I mean, even Big Bad Toy Store was sitting there going like, this is supposed to be coming in. It hasn't come in. Hence my 3-0.
So I pre-ordered a few things from NECA. First, I pre-ordered from costumes.com that Haulathon exclusive Toka and Razor. Like, Kevin hit me up, and I appreciated the hell out of it. He's like, bro, that animated Toka and Razor, they're up. I ordered it. I got an email 2 days ago from costumes.com saying, hey, sorry, we oversold. We're issuing you a refund. I was like, are you serious right now?
I believe it. I've had
and I would rather wait. Like, if they're like, hey, we oversold, would you prefer to wait? And then...
But they only get so many... It's not like NECA's doing the made-to-order production run like they are doing with the other Toka and Razor.
Right. So I got my other email from NECA saying that, hey, and again, that was a made-to-order. I understood. I got the second wave, and again, shout out to Kev. He hit me up, and he goes, hey, I know you wanted Toka and Razor. Here you go. Hell yeah, dude. Clicked on it, ordered. I get my email saying I'm not getting it until Q1 of 2023.
Well, Hasbro's doing that with their Vipers. That Mr. Knight you just saw there, that's March 2023.
Hasbro is doing that with their Vipers, but with NECA, you got to pay up front. Like 100% pay up front. Mm-hmm. It's not a pre-order. It's not it is a pre-order, but it's a pre-purchase. Like, they're expecting you to, hey, trust in us, give us your money up front, and then sometime next year you'll get a product. Now, the Turtle Van, I get. Like, the Turtle Van is a different case scenario. Like, that is a definite made to order. I had to get it. I appreciated they had a payment plan, so it wasn't going to put a major pain point on my wallet up front.
This is how, I mean, it's almost, I guess it's because I'm in a manufacturer that deals with import products. I'm seeing things from, I've got some manufacturers that were very upfront about what's going on. There's a very high-end company called Kingsley Bait that does wood furniture. And back in February, they basically said, we are oversold until August already. So don't even bother putting an order in. I've got other manufacturers who were like, oh yeah, put an order in today and you'll get it in 4 months. Then 4 months goes by. Okay, sorry, we're pushing it to 5 months. Tell the customer. I
get it. And
a lot of it should be communication.
Right. And that was what I was going to go with. It was like, just open a line of transparency. I think most people understand if you keep them in the loop. But like, hey, I don't think many people are not willing to accept that supply chains have been severely disrupted in the past 2.5 years.
Nope. Trust me, I deal with it every day. My livelihood.
I feel like, you keep people in the loop, and, in the case of like what happened with costumes.com, at least give people like some sort of way to purchase Toka and Razor outside of that, or say, hey, and again, I trust in NECA that if you missed out on something, it's not set in stone that you're never going to get it again.
Sure, but it's not just NECA though. If you think about it, now it's not having with such high-end figures, but Target was doing that with Outback, and Target.
Yeah, great point, because my whole order got canceled, and then on top of that, Outback went back into stock today. So what the fuck?
And then exactly, you had that, or actually, this was part. Will Mac will make fun of me on this one, but yeah, I had that Year 2 Batman on pre-order, and then it disappeared, and it never reappeared as an option for a pre-order.
So Sportimus's question here too, and what's going on in Shanghai right now is definitely going to cause some issues with production for everything.
It's and then I mentioned before that possible dock workers strike for no apparent damn reason.
Well, here on the East Coast, remember the ship that got stuck in the Panama Canal?
Yep, I had furniture that was stuck behind that.
That sister ship is not far from where I used to live, and it's been stuck out in the harbor. And I don't know what the current status of it is, but I know a few weeks ago it was stuck out in the harbor in the Chesapeake Bay.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting times. And again, I think that's like another reason why we wanted to have that segment of just appreciating figures that we got and we kind of forgot about.
Hold on, this right here. Why pre-orders doing pre-orders? Because right now, this is how they're placing their order for the figures. Literally, you put the pre-orders in, and basically using that to gauge interest because they're afraid that the people will lose interest in the line because there's going to be a freaking 6 8 month gap of product coming out.
I think like with gaming has spoiled pre-orders, especially when you have like absurd things like digital pre-orders. There is no reason to ever pre-order something digitally. Like that, there was a time in the late 90s and early 2000s when gaming was still a niche hobby, and you were not necessarily ostracized for gaming, but you were not looked at as being mature if you were still a gamer. But there was a reason to pre-order because stores needed to know how many copies to get, and now toy collecting is such a niche thing. There is a need to pre-order. There is a real reason to pre-order, and it's like, hey, you get yours. They're only getting so much of an allocation. They may need more, and there is a legitimate reason for a pre-order in a niche hobby.
And hell, digital pre-ordering is the worst thing you can do because the game comes out, the game's glitched, the game's bugged, and then
right. Yeah, they might give you a nice little bonus, or I think in the case of like Ghostwire Tokyo, they gave you like $8 off or $7 off. But
I still heard that was an okay game.
It's okay. I haven't been able to spend too much time with it.
I'm just saying, it's like I don't even bother pre-ordering because I'm gonna wait to find out.
I think the big fallacy is like I find myself like by the time I actually get around to playing a game, it's already, say for Nintendo games, it's already down to like the $20 bin. So why am I buying games on day one?
I mean, hell, was it? I bought Nier Automata for $16, and that was the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game came out in 2017. I never would have had time to play it anyway.
Fantastic game.
I'm stuck on Adam right now.
But in the case of NECA, going back to them, I hope they give me another chance to own Danny. Like I said, I had all but given up hope on that Ultimate April O'Neil, and I do feel like eventually I'll be able to find that Ultimate Casey, and Dave, I'll hopefully be able to get you one. I think like the important thing to remember is patience saves pockets. Don't break your neck trying to get stuff. And definitely like if you have the opportunity, it's no cost pre-order. Just do it if it's something you want. Kev says it's funny now because physical copies of games are starting to get a huge issue. Kirby and a few other games are impossible to find. Yeah, and that is a factor too. People are switching to digital, and not me. I like having resale value in my games. I like having a physical copy. There's something that takes me home about it, and it is odd that if like you're finding yourself like Ghostwire Tokyo. Like I went to get it on release day, and it was like just the Best Buy I went to had one copy. Target didn't have theirs, and GameStop was like, nope, sold out. I went to the Best Buy up the road, and they're like, yeah, we got one left, and they didn't even know where it was. I went and found it, and it was on an end cap.
That was me with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Brad Horber says, then you have the Thor figures that came out today.
They got recalled. They actually got recalled back in.
Yeah, I haven't seen them yet. I've only seen Doctor Strange stuff.
I have zero desire for those, except for maybe Ravager Thor. That's about it.
Roma says, we should do a gaming topic one. I had a lot of fun doing the gaming topic over on Pig for Lakes channel. Check that out. Check out his Chatter Days. Dave, you were on Chatter Day talking photography with Hard Return.
That was pretty cool.
So,
and then, and I will be on next week's, not this weekend, but next weekend's. We're actually doing a wrestling one.
yeah, so
if you are a wrestling fan, join me with Pig for Life and two other guys. But yeah. Sorry, I'm running out of steam.
Kev, I think you gotta wait here because Ghostwire Tokyo is like a timed PlayStation exclusive. It'll be free on Games Pass when it's out of that exclusivity. Microsoft owns Bethesda. And Winston's right. Don't forget to hit that like button. Kielbasa slam that like button, if you will.
And buy a shirt.
And yeah, check out. And again, ring that notification bell. Because again, I have a silver streak here to give away to one of you lucky folks out there. And he has a head. No one has stolen his head. And then you can also say T-Man978 handled this figure that you get to open and review it.
Trust me, you'd be surprised how much value you can put on a little head.
But I think that'll do it.
Tough to swallow, I know.
That'll do it for tonight's episode. And I'm excited for Legacy Wave 2. Looking forward to seeing more of it. So I hope you guys had fun chatting with us tonight. Make sure you Kielbasa slam that like button. Make sure if you're not already, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, all that good stuff. Drop us a comment if you're watching us after the live show. And as always, we love you guys. Thanks to everybody who hung out and chatted with us in the show live chat tonight. And
Instagram needs love.
Check out Trustarscreamer's Instagram for all of our information. Check out the show notes in the description. And that'll do it for tonight. We'll see you guys again next Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Peace out. Bye-bye. And we love you all.